I recently promised you guys more what sold videos, and today we're going to talk about my sales from April 1st through the 15th. So let's roll the intro so you don't forget where you are, and then we're going to jump right in. Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronika. For those of you who may be new here, I'm a part-time reseller. I sell mostly on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Depop. And on this channel I share all kinds of aspects of my reseller journey, including what sold videos. And I have been slacking on those, but I recently made a promise to film them again and put them out there for the world to see. So here we are, and we're going to talk about my sales for April 1st through the 15th. And I'm filming this at the very end of April, so there will also be a April 16th through the 30th video coming out very soon as the month wraps up, and I have those sales ready for you. Different location today because my dryer is running and it's very loud, so I can't film in my living room, and the lighting and everything is weird in here, but we'll just work with it, okay? Also kind of weird that my head is right where this painting ends, but we're working around it. Also, you guys are a little far away. Hold on. Alright, I think I like that a little bit better. Over here you will see all the sales that I talk about. I will include those for you. And let's jump right in. I have my laptop down here so I can give you the most accurate information. If you watched my last What Sold video for both halves of March, really, March was a really good month for me, and I have no delusions about that, and I have no expectations for April to be that good. In fact, I haven't even looked at my April numbers yet. I did kind of throughout the month, but right now I have no idea what's going to happen. So let's jump in. On April 1st, I sold a non-clothing item. Who knew? I sold this Mozizo laptop sleeve and little accessory bag in this very blush pink cutesy color that came from my ThredUp fun box that I unboxed as part of a St. Patrick's Day collab that Lindsay Clark organized. I can link the video up here if you're interested. And the box wasn't great. I listed I think 4 or 5 items out of that box, but those items have been selling. I think I may only have like 1 or 2 left, if that. So I'm not mad at that. This laptop case sold for $12 on Poshmark. That was my full asking price after the marketplace fees, and then my cost of goods. Ooh, hold please. I put the marketplace fees in wrong. After the marketplace fees, which for sales under $15 or $15 and under on Poshmark, you pay a flat fee of $2.95, which is annoying. But after those fees and my cost of goods, which was like $3, I had credit on ThredUp that I used for that box, so I didn't really pay much for the box, but then I also didn't list a ton of items. So I think my cost of goods I just set as $3 for each item. So after all that, I only make $6.05 in net profit, but it's okay. I mean, I would not have sourced this. At the time of unboxing, I didn't know that this was something that comes in all the ThredUp boxes now. I didn't know this was like a running joke, because I haven't bought a fun box in a while, and I don't plan on buying another anytime soon, because I'm pretty much over the fun boxes. If you want to know why, just watch the video. I explained it in there. My next sale was on Mercari, a pair of Calvin Klein jeans that sold for $27, and I pay shipping on that because on Mercari and Depop I list everything with free shipping, and then I pay for it and I figure it out on Pirate Ship. These black Calvin Klein jeans I got from ThredUp for myself to wear, and I don't remember if they didn't fit or if I didn't like how they looked, but either way I ended up listing them, and I listed them back in 2022. That seems like a long time ago, but I do remember purchasing them while I was still living in New Jersey, so it's probably accurate. I put them on Mercari for $27, or I put them on for more, probably $35 or something. I sold them for $27. Marketplace fees were $2.70. Cost of goods was $5 because I got them on ThredUp clearance. And then my shipping expenses, I put in $6.99, and now that I look at that, I don't know if I accurately updated those, so I need to double check. But if I did, then I made a profit of $12.31. So that's not awful on an item that I didn't even intend to resell, but that eventually sold. I did have it for 3 years, so there's that. This next one, I only had listed for like 3 days and then it sold. It's a Forever 21, I know, pair of flare leggings, the like cheapest, thinnest little black flare leggings you could imagine, but I got them from the bins and they were new with tags, okay? So I did put them on eBay. They ended up selling on an offer that I must have sent out for $9.84. After marketplace fees and cost of goods, I only make $5.90, but sometimes you just gotta save the items from a landfill and not care as much about the profit. There was a profit and they sold quick and they were easy to photograph and list and ship, so it's all good. I've given them a second life and they didn't end up in a landfill, so there's that. Next up, we got a sale on Poshmark. I believe that was a full price sale as well. This cool skirt, K-U-H-L, or U, I guess, but it has the umlaut, so it's technically an U. That one sold for full price on Poshmark for $30. My cost of goods on this one was $5. Is that right? Must be. I picked this up at my honey hole. Oh yeah, I picked this up at my honey hole recently and I picked up a few like nicer items that I quote unquote paid up for, and so my cost of goods was $5, which is fine. I make a profit of $19 on this one and it sold within 4 days of listing. Then I have another quick flip that I think, yeah, I got in that same haul. It's a pair of Fabletics leggings, which I pretty much don't pick up anymore. These were an exception because they were new with tags, they were plus size and extra large, and I think they were marked down at the thrift, but because I averaged out my cost of goods, the cost of goods ended up being $5. Turns out that was okay. These sold on eBay for $28. I believe that was my full price, my full asking price, and after marketplace fees, And after marketplace fees and cost of goods and all of that good stuff, I make a profit of $18.02. And considering that they sold within 2 days of listing, I am very happy with that and I do not regret picking them up. This next one was a slower sale. I've had this pair of Columbia shorts for almost exactly 2 years. That's longer than I'm comfortable with. These sold for $20.50 on eBay after fees and cost of goods, which was $1 from the bins. I make a profit of $15.58. That's really all I want to say about a pair of Columbia shorts. They were not like a PFG or anything like that. They were just board shorts. I don't remember why I picked them up. Actually, April 2023, I was still in New Jersey and I probably picked them up at the bins there and couldn't find anything good, or Dollar Day, I don't know. Anyway, next up we got a pajama set, and I say set in scare quotes because I just put it together as a set. I pulled both these items out of the bins. It was like a thermal Henley long sleeve, like waffle knit sleepwear shirt by Old Navy in a size large, and then a pair of buffalo check pajama pants in a size large tall. And I don't know if these were meant to go together, but I figured they have a better chance of selling if I put them together. And I was very transparent about the pants being a large tall and the shirt just being a general large. So I put them together for $25, $24. I think I may have listed these. I cannot speak today. I think I may have originally listed these for $28, but either way, they sold on Poshmark for $24. Cost of goods was $3 because I counted both items separately from the bins. So each item was $150. So $3 into that, I make a profit of $60.20. And this sold within 9-ish days of listing, so another very quick flip. Then we got another bins find. This dress sold on a sale that I was running on eBay. I might still be running it. I don't remember how long that sale is going on for. I was kind of not desperate, but at the beginning of April, I could tell that my sales were slowing down and I'm like, let's run an eBay sale. Let's just do it. So this Lulu's floral dress, it is the Chance of Blooms navy blue multi-floral print halter mini dress in a size medium. This came from the bins and it sold on eBay for $18.20 on my sale. I think it was like a 30 or 35% off sale. Cost of goods was $1.55 on this, so I make $12.96, and it sold within less than 3 months of listing. Then I sold a pair of like windbreaker pants that I sourced from Poshmark. This brand, Half Days, I'll put a picture of the tag here. I had never heard of until my mentor, if you will, Becky Park, talked about it in one or two of her what sold videos, and I think she purchased a lot of this brand, like new with tags, from a like activewear or outdoorsy type store. I don't know. I don't think she thrifted them, but referred to her for that. Anyway, she talked about this brand and how well it does. Like it sells for a couple $100s, etc. And I looked it up on Poshmark just to see like, okay, what are people selling this for? What do they have listed right now? And randomly sorted by like lowest price and found two items of clothing by this brand that kind of go together. That were listed for $3. I don't know if that was a mistake or like a leftover from a Posh show, but I purchased both plus two other things that were also marked at $3. So my total like cost of goods for this whole bundle of 4 items was like $12 plus shipping, so $20. So I have $5 into each item. Amazing. Anyway, so I picked up this pair of Half Days like windbreaker cargo pants. These were a lot less substantial than the items Becky had sold. So I think I priced it at like $60, which seemed to be in line with the items that I saw online. And it ended up selling on an offer for $51. My cost of goods was actually $4.50. I may have had credit or something. I don't remember. Anyway, $4.50, $5, it doesn't really matter. I make a profit of $35.30, give or take. And that's pretty good in my book, especially since this just came to my house and all I had to do was like steam it. They were all in great condition, great seller, loved picking up that bundle. And yeah, I still have the like jacket that goes with this. I don't remember why I listed these separately. I think they may have been in a different size, or I thought I could get more listing them separately instead of together. But yeah, so I still have the top that goes with it if anyone's interested. Also in the plus size, may not be a 2X though. I'm not fully sure. All right, back to a bins find. This one I picked up purely based on style, and I thought it was going to sell on Depop. It's a vintage R&K Originals black crochet crop bolero jacket thing, like a 1-button closure in the front, in a size extra large. That one sold on eBay for $25. I think that was my full listing price, so we love that. Cost of goods was $1.44, and after that in marketplace fees, I make a profit of $18.93. If you're wondering about marketplace fees, on Poshmark it's always 20% unless you sell something for $15 or lower. On Mercari it's 10%. On Depop it's some weird transaction fee. I forgot what the percentage is. And then on eBay it's whatever eBay decides your fee is. It's like a final value fee that takes your selling price plus what you charge for shipping and then applies the percentage to that. So I never fully know what the fee is ahead of time. I do look it up before I put it in Bindu. So for this one it was $4.63, so it's a little less than 20%, but give or take 20% is what you can expect on eBay unless you promote your listings, which I no longer do. Then, you know, that gets attached as well. All right, next sale was on Poshmark, an Anthropologie Maeve Stillwater blouse crochet top. I got this from the bins for $1.55, sold for $18 on Poshmark. I'm pretty sure that was an offer I received, and I make a profit of $12.85. Anthropologie across the board does not do well for me anymore. I guess unless you find like some very beautiful boho dress, kind of like the same with Free People. Unless it's a really stunning piece or very substantial, I don't think it's necessarily worth picking up. This one was one of the tops, one of 2 tops that I picked up at the bins by Anthropologie that day. And I kind of regretted picking up both, but one sold, so I'm not mad at that anymore. Next up is a 511 tactical jacket, like a rain jacket, that sold on Poshmark for $20. Also from the bins, I had $1.60 into that. I'm pretty sure that's an offer I accepted, and my profit is $14.40. In case you can't tell, I'm accepting a lot of offers right now because I'm just very much in a less sourcing, more relisting, price dropping, get stuff out of my house kind of mood, because I'm well above 600 listings. And when I had to move my stuff back into my apartment, or into my apartment for the first time, actually this apartment anyway, from my storage unit last summer. Made a whole video about that if you want to see the background to that. But at that point I was like, okay, I have to have no more than 500 to 600 listings, because otherwise it just spills over into my life too much, and I'm way above that, and it's noticeable and it's annoying me. And I want stuff out of my house. In that same vein, this next sale, just a year ago this would have broken my heart. A year ago also I may not have accepted that offer, but I'm just so over it. It's a Show Me Your Muumuu extra large, beautiful ruffled like bridesmaid dress, and I have 2 of these, slightly different styles, both a plus size. I picked up both at a thrift store at the Goodwill, I think, back in New Jersey in 2023, and I thought they were such a good find because they're plus size, they're just like a gown, and Show Me Your Muumuu for like dresses like that is a pretty decent find, or at least I thought so at the time. I've sat on these dresses for exactly 2 years, and one I still have, and I did list them higher initially, like around $90, and I would send offers for like $75 and such. At some point I realized all of these dresses are listed on ThreadUp for like $25, in plus sizes too, so at that point I already knew I wasn't gonna get much for these. So this one sold for $20. That breaks my heart, but I just need to get over it. Cost of goods was $3.95, and I make a profit of $12.05 after 2 full years. So would I currently recommend this brand to you? No, I wouldn't. I mean, you know, your mileage may vary. It may have been the color, it may have been the style. People like what they like. Maybe nobody's getting married with a bridal party that wears these like champagne colored dresses. What the hell do I know? I'm disappointed it only sold for $20, but it's also been 2 years, so I'm kind of like, just leave my house. You take up a lot of space. This next one also took up a lot of space, but was only in my house for like 2 weeks. It's a Rowing Blazers Target collaboration blazer. I didn't realize it was a Target collab when I picked it up at the bins, because that little Target symbol is so sneaky sometimes. But it was. So it only sold for $20.80 on eBay. I think that was an offer I received, or it was like an offer I sent. My cost of goods was only $1, so that's good. I think this came from my haul where everything just cost like 98 cents or so, and I just put in $1. But my like best cost of goods bins haul, I can link that too. I don't know how many videos I've linked so far, but if it's less than 5, I will link that. My profit on this is $15.41. That's not bad. And it was only in my house for like 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm not mad at that. Next up, I sold a pair of Madewell jeans where I also accepted a low offer. I've had these since last October. I must have gotten them from the bins. They were $1.25 was my cost of goods. These are the Madewell Emmett wide leg crop jean in a size 30. And I think initially I probably had them priced at like $50. Eventually dropped them, had them at 35. Then somebody offered me 25, and I was like, you know what, sure, let's just get stuff out. I make a profit of $18.75, so yeah, it's not even a fast nickel at this point, because I've had them for 6 months, which is not horrible, but also, you know, again, very motivated seller right now. In case you're looking for something, check out my Stores and Closet and send me an offer. Like, don't be rude with your offer, you know, don't offer me $4 on a $90 item, which people have done, or something along those lines. But yeah, like, yeah, bundle some stuff. Send me a low offer. I will probably accept it or counter with something very generous. So think about it. Next up, I sold a pair of 7 for All Mankind A pocket flare. I was gonna say type A jeans. A pocket flare jeans in a medium wash denim. I don't remember picking these up, but I picked them up. Oh, that's why. I've had them since 2023. That doesn't seem right. This may be a listing, something that I picked up. Yeah, I definitely listed them already when I already lived in this apartment. I can tell by the hangers I used. So I think I used an old draft and just plug this stuff in. Anyway, so I don't remember when I picked these up or where I picked them up, but it must have been the bins because I have a cost of goods of $1.50. They sold on eBay for $24.70, and I make a profit of $18.46 after marketplace fees and cost of goods. good riddance. Don't really pick up Sevenfold Mankind. I've never found the dojos. I hear those still do well, but whatever. Another sale on eBay. This one, it didn't sell through my sale or through my sales price. I think they saw the sales price and then sent me an additional offer on that, and I was like, fine. It's a pair of Tahari 100% linen, or maybe a linen blend, I don't remember. Pant in gray in a size medium. These sold for $19 on eBay. My cost of goods was $1.60 from the bins, and my profit is $13.60. And the fee on that one was exactly 20%, so $3.80. Then I sold a cabbie tank top. I think I picked this up from my honey hole when they had a sale on like short sleeve and sleeveless tops, and I picked up a bunch of stuff and it all came out to like $1 per item. I don't think I picked this up from the bins. I've had this for over a year. It sold for $24 on Poshmark. That's honestly not bad considering that cabbie doesn't really move for me anymore and I hardly ever pick it up. So my profit is $18.20. So that's pretty good, but yeah, I also had it for a while. Okay, so this one sold on the 14th, and I have one more sale for the 15th, and then we're gonna wrap it up for this 2-week period, and you're gonna have to come back for the rest of the month if you want to. You know, if not, you don't have to, but if you do, maybe also subscribe while you're there. Okay, my last sale for this 2-week period was a pair of Vince Bermuda shorts that also came from my honey hole, I think, or some other thrift. I had $4 into these. Probably more than I would spend now, considering, you know, Vince is very hit or miss. These only sold for $19 on eBay, and I think that was part of my sale. So I make a profit of $11.19. It's still a profit, but it's not a great one. So just be mindful of that. With Vince, it's very hit or miss. All right, so that wraps up the first 2 weeks of April. Let's find out how I did. Oh, not great. So last month, after the first 2 weeks of March, I think I was like in that $500 range and could already tell this was going to be a good month. This month, this current month, April, not so much. So instead of selling 28 items like in the previous period, I sold 19. I listed the exact same number of items, 31, so that's pretty good, but my average sales price dropped by 17%. Which is understandable because I had a lot of high dollar sales last month. High dollar for me personally, maybe not for somebody who constantly sells designer stuff, but for me, selling anything over $50 is amazing. And I don't think anything so far in this video in April sold for more than 50, with the exception of the half days pants. I think everything else was less than 50. So that tells you something about my sales, and so that average sales price of $22.95 is pretty, you know, obviously it's accurate, but like that's pretty much what I can expect for most of my items. I also had quite a few dips, no sales days, etc. So that's why I also ran the sale on eBay to help with that. But yeah, my total revenue for the first 2 weeks was $436.04, and then my total profit was $295.16, so just under $300. Not great, not awful, but just another month. But yes, I sold significantly less items in that first half of April, and I get it. Like we're headed into a recession at a very rapid speed, and people need to make smarter purchasing decisions, and buying clothing may not be on top of the list. Of course, people will still buy clothing, people will still buy fast fashion items instead of thrifting or buying pre-owned. There's not much I can do about that other than constantly talk about it, I guess, and why it's better to buy used. But anyway, so yeah, I get it. I mean, I don't really buy anything frivolous for myself or my kid if I don't have to, and if we're going through a financially difficult time. But also, if you're like in the same situation as me where, I don't know, I don't even know what to call it, like middle class, lower middle class, I don't know. But like, yeah, where you always kind of live paycheck to paycheck more or less, then maybe this is just what you're used to and this is not a surprise to you. And now other people are experiencing the same thing. Anyway, don't need to get on different soapboxes. We can do that during one of my lives. I'm not sure when I'm going to do my next relist and relax. I hope this coming weekend, either Friday or Saturday. Kind of depends on my schedule. But yeah, subscribe and set your notifications if you want to be informed when I upload a new video or go live. Also, if you found this video mildly entertaining and maybe a little bit educational, feel free to give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It helps me out here on YouTube with the content that I make. And last but not least, if your sales have been so crappy as well, you're not alone. We're all in this together. And just please don't ever get discouraged by other people selling more or selling items quicker or what have you, being more productive than you. You're doing the best you can, I assume. And we're all just trying to manage and figure out how to make it through a difficult time, let's just say that, for a lot of us currently. So yeah, don't try not to get too discouraged. If nobody else is telling you this, then let me be the one to tell you this. I think you're doing fantastic. And if you need more motivation, feel free to hang out more on this channel, watch a playlist, come back for another live or another video, and I will see you then. Bis bald. Tschüss.